everybody wants to see anyway.
I definitely want to see that, and
I'm down.
I know everybody in chat wants to see that, and I know our two commentary team, our commentary team, would love to see that too. It's Odie Pixel and Fog. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Sheila, and a big welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2. I'm sure you're all still here after that Game 1 extravaganza between the two of them. Viking, of course, able to come out on top at the end of the day. What do you make of what we're seeing from this this second game? A bit of a switch up, you know, Punch, OG, as Peter said, sort of stepping into a bit of a different realm when it comes to the timings they'll be hitting. This Medusa, this Alchemist coming out, and Viking, the curveball that PPD did predict coming out. Aramis on the support DK. I mean, is this something you've been seeing? Is this strong? Where does the strength lie in this? And is this something Viking planned as soon as it was picked, or is this a response to what OG came out instead?
I think they probably just started deviating, you start adjusting quickly based off what you see inside the draft. I think this is something people have been theory crafting for a while, ever since the DK got buffed, the Dragon Tail at level 1, just how much stronger it is. So I'm glad they went for it. I liked Peter's suggestion a bit better, though. I did like the Darkseer, especially because it's Kezu's hero. It's Aura Buyer, which is always good versus like your Puck and stuff like that. And of course, your versus Dusa. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do as the Veno. I feel like it's similar style of aura buying and like claiming an area and controlling, but I feel like Darkseer just, it gets to that, you scale. You're going to scale infinitely because Deuce is going to scale infinitely, but this is the approach they went for. And we'll see if it does end up working with the 4-position DK, because the other thing is too, I think that's where it makes the puck a lot better, because sure, looks like a little bit of a, like not a hard puck game, but an annoying one when you're playing versus DK, but now that it's a 4-position, I feel like you just open up opportunity for Thompson to kind of pop off in the game.
Around this Tarun already, OG on the high ground. Catch out Viking, but it's not going to be the case. Viking caught underneath the trap here of OG. The lanes take place. Once again, Shad and Celery, we're starting down on the bottom half of the Axe AA combo. I would imagine No-Tail's going to head up to the top lane pretty shortly.
Yeah.
It's a bit of harassment here onto Celery as two of them make it to the lane.
Look at all the wards too placed down. 4 kind of wards placed out from OG in the bottom side. Just checking high ground to see if the lane, they're going to do some type of like lane dodging, I think, is what they're trying to scout out here. And then also just blocking off camps that we know will probably get stacked up from either the A or Lina. Let's see how Shad does bottom. This time he does buy that Ring of Protection that we did mention about him missing the last game for the lane. He needs it versus Acid Spray because he's down to the negative if he doesn't have it. So now he's at 0. When he's under Acid Spray with Ring of Protection.
And when it comes to what he's facing, you think in this game, Axe against Lion and Alk, it's not quite as threatening for the Axe as the Lina Magnus was last game?
Not as threatening in lane, no. I think that Chad should be able to get quite a bit more farm out. No, because they can actually harass properly versus like the Lion. You just hunger the Lion and then the AA is able to harass. And now it's 6-7 is just a walking aspect, which you can avoid. You can step out of. You know, shockwaves and these constant spams from Light Strike arrays, quite a bit different.
You know, to the mid lane, PPD said he's going to have his eyes on this matchup.
Yes.
Lina, Puck can go both ways. Boom versus Thompson. I mean, what do you expect out of this? Do you sort of pit either of these as the favorite to win in this matchup?
Lately, I've been liking the Linas a lot more. It's just so easy to play. Sure, Puck is easy to play, but Lina just plays itself. Like Puck, you have to do some kind of like skilled kind of dodges and stuff like that. Lina, you just click the nuke on the wave. You keep your Fiery Soul up. It kind of does itself. So I like the Lina quite a bit more. And it really is up to the 4-position rotations. So I think that OG does have the better rotation, though. So that's where Boom could get caught off guard.
Hold up. Well, this might just be the first blood. 7 Saxa.
Got him.
I'll be able to find it. Celery caught out. The stun holding him inside the Acid Spray. The punch is coming hard.
Okay, that does mean they skill the Hex. So it does mean that Sox is going to have much less mana to work with to constantly harass the Axe because of that, but they do get a kill anyway. Yeah, usually you do see the point in mana drain at level 2 because you use your whole mana pool otherwise, and you just can't do anything in lane. You're just auto attacks.
When you see this sort of setup as well, I remember actually the set, as the off lane the Alchemist will be, of course, building items for himself, but are we going to see any sort of shift towards an early Axe for any of his other cores or even supports this game?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's got 2 really valuable ones. He's got the Puck and the Medusa, so definitely super value. Maybe wants to get like 1 or 2 of his starting items first, maybe like a pipe or something like that. I've seen him usually go for the hood early, but yeah, I think it's just too valuable to not do it. Because then you can like force those fights around Roche that we used to see OG do when they did like the Monkey King Alchemist. You know, you get that timing and you just go Roshan, and then you have a Medusa with like 3 items or a carry with 3 items and a Roshan.
Yeah, and we sort of had it discussed on the panel, but what's your sort of take when it comes to sort of the Axe carry versus the Medusa carry? Now, do you imagine, you know, for the Axe, once Shad does have the Manta, the blink and the shard, you know, the means to get on top of the Medusa and do damage, is it going to be threatening SumaiL, or at that point of the game, should the Medusa be at a stage where SumaiL doesn't care too much about the initial burst that Viking will throw at him?
I think the pure damage might be decent. The one thing that changes my Tide instantly is there's a Lion in the game. So if he does pop the Manta, there's just like, you can just mana drain, and then the whole entire, like, most of the aggression that comes up from the Axe Manta, it just dies instantly. Those two illusions just instantly die when the Lion does get the shard online, which we know Sox is going to do eventually. So I think it's an easier game for OG, for the Medusa to carry.
Sure. Like, you do see this as two drafts that, you know, at a certain point, you know, SumaiL's had a good game. It was Restore's last match. He keeps himself at the top of the net worth. This Medusa could be the be-all, end-all in this.
The serpent.
Absolutely. I don't know what the Venomancer and DK are supposed to do to slow her down, really. Because he's got a clockwork behind him as this Medusa, so you've got, like, no threat, really. The DK shouldn't, in theory, be able to get up to you and get a stun and get all of these Veno Gales. You should be able to just get your free farm on Medusa and then get stacks. So, yeah, it looks like a pretty good game for SumaiL, I'd say.
So far, lane-wise, not really losing out too much. This is that mid lane where Boom has about a wave or two edge actually on the CS off Topson. So definitely coming out of top so far. 1v1 we get that probably a little bit quicker than that of Topson. Leads them any chance to get aggressive. Two of them, I guess when it comes to catch for Topson, it is going to be a little tricky. Topson not having too many threats that he's going to have to jump about in the team fight.
Thompson did steal away a bounty rune, though, so he might be 8 last hits behind, but he did steal the one on the left side from Boom. About to be 6, but Boom gets the 6 first, and Thompson gets hit by the stun.
He does. We'll get the silence off onto Boom, but Thompson, he's got to be careful. Not too far away that he's still underneath that life choke away. We'll see up top, no tail. Trying to get him with the chase down on Kezu, but a Dragon Tail stun from Aramis will hold back the clock. Try and turn it. The snake bounce is not going to quite clip onto Kezu, so Kezu will be fine.
You know what's wild is Boom put an extra point in stun when Thompson was coming in, because he's like, no way he's gonna make this mistake. If he had Laguna, like, he potentially gets the kill on the puck there.
Yeah, for sure. I think we would have seen him sort of posture aggressively and try and chase Thompson back up to the high ground. No doubt about it.
And we're still seeing Shad get off to a slow start anyway. Not as slow as the first game, but we're still getting slowed down from that Alkin line a lot. And we are already seeing the move from Celery, heads up to top. They've got the stack started. And they're going to do the same strategy they did in the first game. Leave Shad alone, and then just look to pressure the carry, the SumaiL. We see Saksa taking opportunity, though, since he sees bottom, they've moved. He makes the way toward mid.
TP's coming in. Got enough burst to take down Boom underneath the tower. They don't. It's going to be more than okay here with the backup from Aramis coming in and stopping OG throwing anything else onto Boom.
A little worried for him. I don't think he had a raindrop on him either. I thought perhaps he could get first down, but holding his ground nicely. Good TP from Aramis, and they continue to stack. And Chad continues to get that farm. We do see, I think, the stacks starting from OG pretty soon. Actually not seeing stacks from OG just yet. I was going to say, I hope that they do have some stacks with this Alchemist anyway. Even though he's having such a good time bottom, you always want that extra enabling factor. So we do see Aramis starting to get some scouting. Walks in with his Tranquil Boots as the DK, gets a deep ward down. Was spotted by OG, though. Still keep habits on there.
Way over to deal with those.
It's so good on oh, he doesn't do the pull in between. Okay, maybe waiting for his level 6. But I was gonna say it's so good on Dire because you can pull those two camps that we're seeing. Thompson, talk about it afterwards.
No tell. I've caught him here. Aramis able to close the gap. Set up with the Dragon Tail, and at this stage of the game, these three heroes, a lot of magical damage to be dealt. You will very likely die if you're anything other than a core against these three. It's Kezu. It's getting to the point where level's starting to rack up on the Plague Wars. This area of the map is it's not going to be a place that OG really want to head over to.
Yeah, and it is going to be first item, Aghanims, actually, for Seb. So not even going for a hood early on. He's just going straight forward for the Medusa. He does have two really good heroes for Aghanims, the Puck and the Medusa, so okay.
Heck, he's got 4. Sure, no tail.
He does?
Especially Saxa. He wants He wants to come out with the big old fingers.
Oh, and let's be honest, they never give the supports any Ags. I've seen these offlane alchemists to Sony that they give out 2 and then they never give out another one.
And that's it. Feels bad for
support.
Saxon.
But it definitely is 4 good Ags in this game. And we're seeing gold lead already, 2K for OG, just like last game, getting a little bit more out of the map.
I guess it is to be expected a bit when you do have a core out.
Absolutely.
To some point with these stacks.
Here comes the tops in rotation.
Oh, drop down as a boom. Looks to break the coil and the remainder of the haste string. It's going to be fine. In fact, the Dragon Tail's done there, but it's trying to blow up Thompson. Thompson getting taken out there as Viking. They're looking to try and set up a more boom. Heading over towards SumaiL. Stun won't quite catch on to Medusa. No tail being pushed out the side here by the damage over time from KheZu. SumaiL pretty low underneath this tower. Boom. Popping the mangoes, but all on that HP, so doesn't want to quite get in with the dive underneath the tier 1. SumaiL will be okay for now, but Viking quick to seize the opportunity to turn there, and smart moves from Boom, just instantly knowing that the best play was to put that haste, break that coil, so he had the ability to turn and blow up Thompson as Thompson tried to jump in to finish off the kill.
Yeah, that was very heads up. The same thing I was going to talk about just now is because he knows that Clockwork's not 6, Lion wasn't in the area. There's no one else who can get on top of him. As soon as he gets out that far, that distance, he's Gucci. He's good to reset and go back in. So very nice play there from Viking. It was a good TP. It was a good idea from OG to defend with Thompson, but yeah, losing him. But they will defend the tower, and SumaiL, he doesn't actually have to leave the area just yet. Say that, but now gets the stun. He's low mana.
A bit low on mana, yeah.
Radiant's courier.
He'll be all right. We'll actually get the courier of Aramis as SumaiL. He's out with the TP. Doesn't want to mess around in this area any longer than he needs to now.
Seeing the stacks coming out. Sox is starting to get these double stacks, but look at Shad. He has monstrous stacks in comparison.
Sure is what Shad was able to do. He should have got the time to sneak away into the jungle, clean up the stacks in game 1. He became massive on the axe, and so far the trajectory is pretty much the same here for him in this game too.
Yeah, looking quite similar for sure. Sab, I believe his Aghanims is about to be finished up. 350 more gold. Let's see what they can do with it. Viking starting to get that push started top quite a lot here. KheZu starting to lay down those wards. Catapult coming in. Aramis not quite 6, but they're swinging Shad over too.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Going down within the next few seconds, and Notel knows it. No looking to hold on to it. In fact, already KheZu moving away from the top.
They're setting up for mid too.
And
they still have their siege creep.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
And they're playing it speedy. They're against this out. They're against this Medusa. Viking making sure that they really do keep the pressure onto OG.
And they should.
Especially in a game where Seb has gone for the straight Ags first. They know that this hero, on his own, Seb, he's going to be very vulnerable if any action does kick off. He's going to have nothing to protect himself.
He's pretty hard countered in the game anyway, right? He is versus that AA, he is versus Venomancer, he's versus Axe. It's so many different lethal damage points that would kill the Alk anyway, so. He does have the Axe finished, and they did scout it. KheZu was right in front of him in the mid lane. KheZu nearly has his Spirit Vessel done too, so lots of different damage, and there it is. So SumaiL, free Ags given, Dragonlance too, and top of that network.
It is a good bit of boost to the tank ability of SumaiL. Already 11 minutes in, HP 1200 mana.
Radiant's bottom
He's not going to die instantly in the
attack.
fights, even if they do get a jump on him.
Structures
He'll
are
have the chance to react.
And it really is just so early to have an action.
So,
Dire's middle tower is
KheZu,
under
but
attack.
quite with any... he did have a mango, but not wanting to pop it initially to try and push KheZu back. They drop the Lagoon onto Notel. Notel, he's actually going to end up going down. Boom has the reach.
Another one.
Take him down, and now with a set up on the Seb. The Ice Blast coming in as well, Seb. He's got back, but in fact with a finger at Saxon, they're able to blow up Aramis. Seb will end up still going down. Recall will be dropped there, but Viking, they're able to step out straight to the side. Thompson, he's caught by the stun. He punches in from Boom. Still looking to scout up to the high ground here, but Thompson won't jaunt forward aggressively. Viking, sure, they lose Aramis, but they get 2 heroes for it. Taking the favorable trade here, Viking around the mid lane.
And Shad is just chilling top. That was a 4v5 fight that Viking was doing, and they do come out ahead of it anyway. Plus having the Axe farming on the other side of the map, so perfect move there from Viking. And I feel like that's how we'll see Seb. That's gonna be Seb 90% of this game, I feel. Just getting completely deleted by AA Blast every single time. So looks like he's queuing up Force Staff, just trying to reposition people to get out of those blasts. I think it'll be a pretty nice choice.
Plenty of time and space for SumaiL. Very much looking to put this game on the shoulders of the Medusa. Get everything they can to buff up and protect him at all costs. Make sure that any jump, any fight the Viking try and enter into, SumaiL will survive through the initial onslaught. Will be able to eventually turn and take down the remaining members of Viking after they've made the jump.
He's got his work cut out for him, though. It really is just going to feel like they only effectively have 3 heroes on the side of OG, right? Like, the way that's going to start coming down quickly, Viking is going to scale on 3 heroes quite nicely. OG, they're only going to really scale on like 1 or 2. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do with this big Medusa if they're going to be able to rally around SumaiL.
Chad, start pretty much done. Considering how game 1 went, I think this is even quicker than game 1.
I think so, yeah.
Just getting that little bit more space and stat preparation for
No tail.
the river. It's going to set up for the coil to come in, but the ice bar in return straight down onto No Tail. No Tail will fall. Boom, able to get the Laguna off before he dies. So Thompson ticked out pretty low into the Battle Hunger, and the damage from the vessel. The Stone Gaze comes out, but Kezu is able to turn over to the side. Good body blocks in from the illusions of No Tail. Will stop Kezu from being able to escape. For 2 though, Viking may lose the 2 cores, but are able to bring down Thompson with it.
And this time it's big for OG, where sure, they lose Thompson, but in the meanwhile, Soxa is just farming top, has finished up a Blink Dagger, and No Tail with that aggressive hook shot does end up really nicely. 2 cores for the 1.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Miss. The Elder Dragon form here to put pressure onto him. Not wanting to set up on him yet. Tail's hook shot back up in a few seconds, as well as the finger. So first potential is once again online here for OG if they see some chance mid.
Vikings got to be sure to be getting quite a bit out of the map. If they are going to be looking to go for these pushes mid, and they are going to be like kind of losing even like 2 heroes, they have to get so much more out of the map. Because you know, like we said, you're only playing versus really like 3 OG heroes. If you're losing fights at this point, it's going to get scary when this Medusa does get big. So I like what Shad's doing. He's still looking to play his own game, just splitting up the map, sending the illusions out to cut waves. Same thing for Kezu, still trying to get as much farm as possible. Seeing Aramis even trying to find farm. They do lack a bit of that catch for the puck, as we see. If he jumps in, sure, they've got the Dragon Tail from Aramis, but yeah, he's trying to get his own Blink Dagger, because he's super poor. 2,800 net worth to the 4,400 of the line. Sox has got Blink already done, so.
I guess this is one of the things about the support DK, that if things do start to slow down, the action's not there. You're not going to have an easy time really picking up the farm, grabbing the goal.
No.
To keep up with the rest of the game, really.
No, you're never really gonna level your breathe fire much as these 4-position DKs, unless you have some like outrageous start where you're super over leveled. This is this build you're gonna have. So you don't have a farming mechanic. You're just a stun and you're just kind of tanky. You're just a damage reduction with your breathe fire inside team fight, so you throw that onto the Medusa. A lot slower of a game though. 6-4, 16 minutes. I think last game we had like 11-11 around like the 20-something minute mark, but kind of expected when we had this Alchemist Medusa draft.
As you say, as the moments pass, Viking definitely going to be feeling the pressure more and more. SumaiL, Manta done. I'll be seeing this Medusa, slowly progress and stay far ahead of anyone else in the game. Shad's going to have to hit something big here once he gets the Blink and Shard done. Blink Dagger nearly is there for the axe. It's all just going to be a test for Viking here. Are they going to get this timing where they can bring a fight to SumaiL? SumaiL's prepared for it mid. Catch up to Aramis. SumaiL joining forces here with the rest of them. Fingers out from Saxa, and that's Aramis down. Definitely proving to have a bit of a tough time to just find the space to achieve much at all right now. Saxa on the support DK, and now he's died with Thompson. The coil onto Kezu, and boom, No Tail. Trying to step up, no hook shot, of course, still on caught up for 30 seconds, and looks like No Tail's going to get baited in a little bit there by Thompson's Stream Coil. As of stepping under the tier 1 tower, and Viking easily dispatch of him.
Poor No-Tail. He gets baited by Thompson a lot.
He does.
Yeah, I just gotta say it. Like, that, we saw it last game happen like 3 times where he's like, Thompson, I got your back, and then he just dies. Continue to get those stacks going. They force all of Viking toward the mid lane with that push. Even though they lose No-Tail, they get the map, you know, all focused there. And SumaiL will continue to get that farm.
The jungle has
Seb works on some more stacks, and he is going to go for pipe after having this force Seth done, so he's still getting quite a lot of growth.
Yeah, he's not necessarily going to pull over straight away after Life Fast next to the middle of the team fight. Talking about team fights kicking off right now over to the mid. He's going to jump in onto Celery. Over towards Aramis as well. Aramis trying to get away here. The right click from SumaiL along with the snake. It's enough. 2 quick kills here for OG. And now looking for more. Saxa into the hex. Shad's trying to come over the counter play. Gets the call off onto Saxa. But SumaiL's charging him with the stone against Boom. Having to put the BKB to get out to the side. Thompson jumping in. He's actually going to jump into his death. Boom's out the turn with a right click. Take him out. Shad's still alive. Forcing back Saxa with the battle hunger. Saxa trying to hide in the trees. Shad, can he quite find him? Force off to the side. Saxa breaking himself away. But Shad's able to get in with the battle hunger again. Turns down Saxa.
They're respawning.
He might not be done yet. Maybe looking for the opportunity to jump for more. He's going to have the blink up in a few seconds. He's not going to chase up to the high ground. SumaiL and Seb will make it away. Shad turning up for sort of the first bit of action that he's been able to get involved in. And we'll be able to have a solid kickback there against OG.
They got out with their cores, right? Yeah, Boom got away as well as... Yeah, that actually ended up being pretty damn good for Viking. Yeah, keep the tower alive. They keep the cores alive too. Yeah, that ends up working out nicely, and Kezu gets the last touch. I think actually Boom got the last touch onto Thompson too. So
did Thompson. I mean, he really wanted to get Boom. Boom was so low.
So
Thompson
aggressive.
Jumping in for that. You know, he very much was playing for the play. I mean, he knew he was dead. He was going to die going in that aggressive, but of course was hoping to try and bring down Boom with him. That wasn't to be the case yet. Boom able to just break his way around the tree line. Can't quite find the last hit. Boom, he can.
This is all pre-shard, right? That's the important thing that I look at least for Shad, is
that's true.
He's about to have it now in the next 2 seconds. He's about to have that picked up, so his damage is going to skyrocket in the next few fights. And we also do see Kezu. He's got the pipe done, so that'll help a lot versus this Puck's damage. But on the other side too, we do see Sap. He also has the pipe too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Things said and done with the lead that OG had net worth-wise, and most of that being just the net worth that Seb's been able to farm up with that axe, of course, to SumaiL. Shad's game so far, there's not really been any hiccups for it.
No,
progression has the axe. I think it's gone pretty much as planned here for Vikings so far in this game too.
And I think we will, excitingly, get to actually see that matchup play in, right? The Axe versus Medusa, when they do both get this space to farm up, how the Axe is going to be able to deal with it. It is a Medusa who's jacked up, of course, from a free Aghanims, but yeah, either way. And this time we don't have Shad with any type of buff himself, right? We did have the Alacrity last game, where he was getting that thrown on tune for the crazy spin potential with the counter helix, so doesn't have anything this time around. That's OG. Fine Celery.
Well, they found the AA. No hope for the AA here, and in fact, no.
Oh, hook shot.
Let's try and set up for more Boom. It's going to be pushed back, but the BKB's out. They'll turn. Now they'll look for the jump for Shad. They'll get in with the control onto No-Tail. Laguna's down. No-Tail will fall.
A prize.
They weren't quite able to chain stun Boom there. Saxon was around. I guess was just unable to get the Hex or the stun off in time after the Cog pushback.
Yeah, I actually didn't get this click on him in time if it was on cooldown or something from like the move, but yeah, couldn't get it in time. And at least it's a BKB use, so it's, you know, one more instance of pick down for just a 5-position clockwork. That's what No-Tail will tell you.
At least I suppose. SumaiL, Butterfly, pretty much done.
He's still huge.
And the talismans there. I mean, it is going to really come down to how much of an effect they have against the Medusa in the fights. Obviously, that evasion's going to be something here. Well, Shad does get the jump on him.
He is going to hit really hard, too. He's not going for the Scotty, but he's going for straight right-click mid.
He stepped into the trap here. Saxa and Thompson, they're ready and waiting. Hook shot over towards Boom. Boom's BKB still on cooldown for 10 seconds. Kezu will get the poison over off. Boom. Moving speed in the back of the Celery. He's going to turn with the Laguna onto No-Tail. No-Tail getting right back down by Boom. Thompson turns towards here. Saxa. Heavy damage here from the right click to Celery. Celery will die here to the turnaround from SumaiL. Still have to be so careful how close they get to SumaiL. I say that though, Aramis, he's going to jump in aggressive with Dragon Tail onto SumaiL. To get in onto this Medusa Shad. He's looking for the blink capability onto Puck, but Puck won't be able to find him. Thompson's able to phase in time. The pool won't grab him. SumaiL popping the stone gaze to deter the rest of Viking from pushing the fight any further as OG will
Radiant's
back off.
bottom tower is under
Zaxa does
attack.
expend a buyback for this.
Yeah, he looks like he thought they were going to go on him, but they were actually completely out of mana, so a bit of a wasted one there from
Radiant's
Lion.
middle tower is under attack.
Crazy fight. Thompson dropping low a couple times there. Kezu getting his ult off is what makes him have to stop kind of going for these aggressive moves. He drops like super. If he gets hit by the AA blast, he's dead. Thompson, he just missed him. Still very close, but definitely seeing SumaiL just be the absolute beast this game. Butterfly,
Radiant's
done. He's got the talent
bottom
now
tower is
too,
under
so he's hit 20. That free ags. And he's just that much tankier now. Up top.
Top lane, Aramis. Doesn't look like he has many routes of escape. Trapped in the cogs.
His team's
In
coming.
the acid spray, they do have a blast coming in. I mean, Concoction that is certainly taking their time to bring down Aramis, and with the backup of Boom, they're actually not going to be able to do so. Aramis, this DK support, tanky enough to walk away from the two of them. They don't even really get that close at all to taking him out. Thompson jumps in, all back to the side, does have a Dream Call available. He's going to use it to hold back Shad as OG. They're backing off SumaiL. He's not quite close enough to get involved in this fight. He's starting to make his way over, but already No-Tail's been taken out. Seb will try and turn and throw a Concoction in, but Shad's able to blink straight on top of the Alchemist. They've caught Seb. Seb getting dumped down by Shad. Boom pops the BKB. Thompson having to jump out into the trees. He's having to hide. This is not a fight that OG want to take any sort of part in anymore now, with two heroes already being taken down.
Aramis is a bit too tanky. The double fluffy hats.
Yeah.
And, you know, his max dragon blood. They couldn't bring him down before the team got there.
Certainly showing his worth, even with the sort of slowdown in farm he did have at the beginning of the game. I mean, at this point, he's now on par with that of Zaxa, so covering rather nicely with the way he's been able to survive in these engagements. And
he's gone for his own greed. He's gone the fireball on. He doesn't go for any force staff, no funny business to buff up his teammates or anything. Nope, he goes for fireball.
I mean, I like it. I like it. It's going to be great for sort of the scaling, you know, allowing him to farm, push out waves and such. And he's also playing against some of these heroes. Well, the big one, right? There's Dusu. It's going to be fairly static in the team fight. Good control. Dragon Tail is the stuns, the leaner, and the AA. A lot of damage will be done over the duration of this fireball laying on the ground.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know what else he would have bought for his own greedy build to make himself continue growing. So yeah, this is going to be great for always for this split push console too. Because now, of course, you don't have to be inside of your DK farm to use it. So look at bottom. He clears out the way very quickly. Yeah, that's cool. Sure. And we do see the switch up this time. Shad, he doesn't go for the threshold. He goes for the HP regen. I guess he's feeling that these longer drawn-out fights this time will be a bit better for them since they do have the Veno. And it does look like we do have another Axe about to be done. So Seb, that next one will go on to the puck. So Thompson, jump up toward the top of that net worth very quickly. And those BKBs, the Lina as well as the Axe, that'll make it quite a bit more troublesome for them when the Clockwork gets on top of them.
Yeah, you like to switch up from SumaiL as well, going for the Swift Blink rather than the early queued up Skadi?
I guess it's just so that he can like get in front of the Axe at all times, so he can go and get the Stone Gaze off. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's gonna die. I feel like the Skadi's just the safer route. This is a lot more risky.
And maybe feeling as well that he can sort of outplay some of the jumps from Viking. Yeah, that blink off dodge that he attempted, maybe jump pull from the Axe. It's gonna be easy.
It feels so much safer and better just to go for the Skadi, to be honest, because he has the puck Ags too. They can hold him in place, but yeah, I don't know. Because it also lowers the heal reduction. It's good for using the BKBs to slow them down, but hey, if SumaiL wants to go for a Swift Blink, sure, why not?
No, it's definitely the flash here of the two.
Sure.
And, you know, SumaiL, I think he's definitely going to be feeling the lead that he has. He knows that he is very strong right now in this game. This is Medusa, level 22.
Radiant's top tower
He has incredibly stacked. He's just going full in on his ability to frontline these fights as it is. And he needs to damage with this Agi to take down the heroes again.
He does need to just not get avoided either. I think that's the biggest thing, that they're just going to try to kite him with the Veno wards and all that, slowing him and resetting away from him. He has bought the ulti orb, so I think he might just be baiting you with the Swift Blink a little bit there. But
yeah, it looks like, it just had it for the blink pickup. And then that with the Skadi. With that orb pickup.
They Blood Scout. They're going to start it.
Sure, Viking will want to have something to say about this. Shad is available to head over and Ice Blast alone. Enough to make OG think twice about how much they want to commit for this. Like a promotion.
Kezu's gone for a Vanguard instead of... I thought he was going to go for Halberd this game because he's versus Medusa, but he's going for Crimson Guard rather than Halberd. It's been interesting. SumaiL
ready to start off the action straight around the Kezu. They're able to burst him with the finger. Kezu's gone. Quick jump up to the high ground. Catches Kezu off guard.
That should be enough for the Roche. I don't think they can contest without the Veno.
Looks to be Shad not having any interest, charging over, looking for any crazy plays. For him as the position one, he can't take those risks. We'll just continue to try and keep the waves pushed out with the illusions. That will give OG a chance to claim that Roche. Aegis picked up by Topson.
They don't even give it to SumaiL. He's feeling pretty immortal. 2400 HP, 2144 mana. Almost 25 as well, he's 23. And there's the Scott he picked up too, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He is. And he's got the Sliver too, right? So magic resist, as well as that status resist on top.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hitting hard. He is no joke.
See how much OG want to push it here with the benefit of the Aegis on Topson.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And either way, as we say, the scalability of SumaiL's due to this end. They're probably not feeling under too much pressure. They don't have to make any risky moves. And we saw in the last game, sometimes overstepping the mark did hurt OG. Understandably going to be a bit more careful this time round. Say that low Topson indeed. Caught the once. Backup coming in from OG. I mean, are they able to do anything about this? Topson, he's off to the side looking for Boom. Boom still has the BKB available. Boom's just going to go for the TP out right underneath the nose of Topson. Topson's got nothing to cancel it. Boom makes it away. And even having to pop the BKB. TP back to base will save the two of them.
Okay, and that's the Aegis.
Maybe not quite lost in the fashion that OG hoped to use it in that.
I don't think Topson expected to just get grabbed like that. I don't think he thought that both cores were in the area together, but they're playing
has fallen.
very much as a unit still. Like I even see top, like Aramis showed top, they saw like a hero show for a second, the Axe TP's top, so still looking to play off of each other nicely. No tail. Just get forced out of that high ground.
Careful how they play now. Boom's going to be hitting pretty darn hard with this MKB.
Radiant's bottom tower
On himself.
is under attack.
And SumaiL actually doesn't go for... Okay, I thought maybe he would, because this is like that type of game where the spider legs, but he just keeps the Sliver. So I guess he's just really looking to be that tanky beast. And I mean, the base damage, I think people always forget about this. Like, it's a really good item just for... If you have gone for this type of just like straight agi damage items too, it's quite relevant on heroes like Medusa.
Oh, for sure. Well, we might see him still shift into the realms.
Might shift.
Having a movement speed neutral once he's in a position to self-trade, pick the 6th item.
For sure.
See how it goes down when it comes to approaching the high ground here if OG want to push it. To say that they're going to be careful about this. They're not going to feel too much pressure to do anything too crazy.
I think also after the first game, right? Like discipline, I think is something that OG needed to get a little bit better on. So I think this is a much better approach this time. Just farm the map. You've got the late game scaling this time for sure. So.
Accelerate.
Ooh, top, they could see top 7. Oh, just a love tap from Boom.
I mean, yeah, Boom does get the Yule setup. He could have the damage to take down Seb. Feels out a lot with this MKB.
That looked like he was like trying to swing inside the tree line there, and then he just accidentally auto-attacked Seb with the quiver because of the attack range. But there was vision of him anyway. There was a ward for Mochi. As Aramis, he's getting farm. You know, this fireball, it's working. He had the Ags queued up for a second on DK. Now he's switching to Halberd, trying to find solutions for this Medusa.
Shad, charging in.
He gets hexed.
This ward OG, fully aware of the angle that Shad's approaching from. Now Seb's going to look for the jump back in with a concoction. Shad still the BKB in another blink up. Shad can still close the gap. He's going to get it on to Seb. SumaiL in with the backup. BKB comes out from Boom with the hook shots out as well as the damage of SumaiL. Boom's trying to step back, but the right click from SumaiL is too much. If Boom gets taken down, Dream Coil controls Shad. SumaiL will be able to clean up the two of them.
Those are huge kills. 70 seconds, no Lina. 80 seconds, no Axe. That's very likely a set unless they're just going to have to buy back.
Is under attack.
SumaiL now 25. Got the split shot modifiers. Now he's going to be able to buy that swift blink. He's huge.
You can pretty much just jump up to the high ground and take down these tier 3s and barracks. And
Radiant structures are
very little that Viking will be able to do against him, it seems, with how large he is. A clear 10k net worth against anybody else in the game right now. The plan certainly working out so far here from OG when it comes to just sitting back, SumaiL, allowing him to get to this point where they're ready to break the base. And what have Viking got in store to be able to take down this Medusa, even with the full lineup alive, which they don't have for 30 seconds. Very hard to see how they bring SumaiL down 100-0.
Yep, and he's buffed up. I mean, we've got the pipe, we've got the solar crest constantly being thrown onto him too, and every time his snake returns, especially if it hits either Kezu, the AA, or the Lina, he's pretty much full mana restored.
are under attack.
Here we have it, OG.
Radiant's top tower.
Head up, they take the racks. Nothing at all that can be done by Viking. OG, again, as we said, sticking to the discipline, backing out, heading off. No need to get over aggressive, make mistakes. I think right now, it could even be sort of SumaiL just calling the shots. So it's in their best interest to just follow, play around this Medusa, and allow SumaiL to close the game up in the safest fashion that he can.
Yeah, now at this point, like, as long as you don't make some drastic mistakes, if you just play together as a team, like, you've got this game. You got in the bag. You see the spider legs now passed off to SumaiL. He's got a crit, I believe, finished up too, so he wants to open up a slot. Or a small crit, not quite the Daedalus yet, but soon. Yeah, just keep playing around him. Viking, they're gonna need, it really does feel like Shad needs to get to like a 3-man call, but I haven't seen OG really playing together like that at all, so.
Much pressure on Viking to make some sort of crazy move, catch OG off guard, try and break them down one by one, outside and away from SumaiL's reach as the Medusa.
That's really how it has to be. They just have to, like, you have to catch Topson somehow at the start of the fight, kill him, and then kill all the rest up, and then somehow bring down SumaiL. Or just find SumaiL if he's completely alone, nowhere near his team, but that should never happen. The way that OG's been playing. That's not easy for Viking at all this game.
Big parts of the Axe AA combo last game really was the potential of the global cataclysm, especially the double cataclysm that we saw coming into the later parts of the game. And whilst we'll still be able to do some severe damage with the reach and right click that he has with the B build, just not going to have the same sort of potency and ease of execution as the Invoker on top of the Axe AA had in last game.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, Invoker has like the infinite kind of scale potential. Sure, Lina does if you're snowballing the game, if you're getting like this really good kills and getting yourself these items accrued and you're level 25 at this point, but yeah, it's not going to be the case. And also, it's just like, Shad is an Axe versus Alliance, so he can't get as farmed as he was last game. Like, your Axe illusions just die. They get sent and they just get hexed and mana drained and they're gone. Soxa didn't even go for the shard this game until I think maybe he's bringing it out now or in a bit, but either way, it's slowed down the Axe's farm so much. And we'll take that. Yeah, this game is very possible now at this point.
It certainly feels like a 22k lead. SumaiL pretty much entirely kitted out. Daedalus stun. He's even got the full Hurricane Pike coming out to him. He has certainly finished farming here, I think, as OG feels like we are getting into the territory where OG could dive pretty darn deep, but as long as SumaiL keeps his cool, hits the objectives, they're probably going to be able to take away the base of Viking without Viking managing to do much to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting way too much farm. It's like almost AC now finished for the Alchemist. Medusa's getting for everything. The whole map is free for them, and they just farm at that way faster pace. Topson's not at risk of dying anymore either because he has Lincolns, so he can split push lanes freely, and Vikings just trapped in their base. I've seen Kezu in the base now for like 4 minutes. They can't get outside.
Players here.
Meanwhile,
Away from his AC.
now we get the tier 4s, and also Roche is up. So now you're forced into a position here as Viking. You have to farm your neutrals to try to get those tier 4s, but you also have to constantly be scouting the Roche pit. As the Hex bottom, the stun.
They've got the setup, Shad. Gonna be able to get out in time. OG bringing everybody in here to try and take down this Axe. They've got the coil control. Hook shot in as well from No Town. Shad taken out. Is OG ready to swing straight over potentially towards this mid lane, towards maybe the Roshan while Shad's down for 80. I mean, even with the full squad of Viking up, OG probably had the power to take the Roche. One man down, they definitely do. Very hard for Viking to put a stop to this.
Yeah, full AC now. It's done now for Seb, so this is gonna die in no time. Just a couple of seconds here. Shard. You can give it to SumaiL this game? I guess I mean, you could just give it to Seb for the Berserk Potion. It might just be better, but let's see the buyback coming up from Shad. Try to contest it.
To sort of spook OG a little bit, but they step out of the pit. Not wanting to get caught inside it by the jump from either Aramis or Shad. Give a little bit of space here to Viking. So of course not heading away from the action. OG, they will happily take a fight around the pit.
They've got Chemical Rage back up now for Seb, so he's ready to act a little bit more of that front line. He was waiting till it. He's ninja geared on the side. Or actually, there's smoke, sorry. He does have a ninja gear at the ready too.
The last time from OG, a jump up to this high ground, did block. The action Shad. It's not possible a way to break him out of the combo, and it will do so. Gets the stone gaze off SumaiL. He's ready to turn. Aramis, he's going to be taken down low. They are stunning SumaiL up. Dragon Tail as well. They're certainly using the potential for SumaiL to get the damage done. They're still selling will fall. Seb, he's able to run down Shad to the side. The stun follow there from Saxon. They keep the axe locked down. Shad will get the call off, but SumaiL's able to get him with the damage. There's 3 dead on Viking. Even with their best efforts there to control SumaiL, it isn't nearly enough. They cannot control or deal with this Medusa anywhere close to as long as they need to stop SumaiL in his tracks. So SumaiL is going to continue to charge on straight down mid. The victory hits straight in his sights now.
Yeah, they kind of did like 0 damage to him. They took out his mana pool, but that's pretty much it. And everybody from OG still alive. Perfect connection to spells. Yeah, it's time to clean this one up. 80 seconds, no X.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Here we are, the
Structures
tier 4s
fortified.
being taken out. They've got a fortification, but no Shad.
Radiant's bottom tower
Having to do
is
this
under
without their
attack.
strongest member, as we've seen in the action, isn't even really that strong at all this game. Maybe 18 to 18 the kills even, but 33k lead. SumaiL just being able to rack up an insane amount of farm. The point where he is just this monster of a Medusa. But Viking have no answer to whatsoever. Into the base, mega creeps are taken here by OG. Traps there on the Kezu. No tail, hook shot over towards Aramis. SumaiL just ready to pad up the KDS. The game will come to an end. GG is called. OG with a very much safer approach here to this game too. They look pretty unstoppable with this execution. The strategy